Hello everyone, and welcome to my bedroom. Like everybody else in the world, I'm stuck at home, so I'm thinking, what's a cool idea we could do for a portrait shoot? I'm looking at this corner of my bedroom that's looking real cute because I just finished decorating it. We're going to have a little shoot at this portion of the bedroom. So that's what we're doing today because the weather's freaking beautiful. So I'm wearing what I usually wear in here, which is my pajamas. I never feel like getting out of my pajamas anyways. We have my Sony A7iii with a 16-35 f2.8 G Master lens. We've got a Peak Design tripod positioned, balanced beautifully on our bed. We have some extra clothing options over here that I may end up switching to if I don't like what I'm wearing right now. 24 f1.4 and 24 A7iii over here. Like, I don't have a firm plan of what I'm gonna do, so this will be fun to watch. Also, you should just know that Luna's down here. She's just laying here.
What are you doing?
Oh, she's sleeping. I'm gonna have a bit of a timer set up. I think I have 2 seconds set right now. I'm bracketing the exposure because I do wanna capture a bit of the view out my window because I think that really gives you the full impact of what it feels like to be in this space. I'm also going to be connecting my camera to my phone using the Imaging Edge mobile app. First, I'm gonna find my pose and where it's best for me to stand in the frame.
One eternity later.
All right, so I've brought this first set of images into Lightroom and I'm going to be using my recent preset pack, the Lunar preset pack, as a starting point for these images. And I actually just created a preset I really like from the classic Vibrance preset that I have, and so I've called it the bedroom preset, and you guys will be able to purchase that if you want this look. It'll be linked in the description box below, and if you want to check out the Lunar pack, it has 20 different presets, including one black and white preset. You can also check that out in the description box below. I can already tell you right now, I'll probably be using this bedroom preset as my main starting point for all of these images, really. But just for the sake of showing you guys some of my other presets, for this first set of images, I actually used the Baby Blues preset as a starting point for this image. This was my favorite one, probably, of me holding Luna, and I just tried to get a nice, bright, sunny look with those nice kind of creamy whites. I actually cropped it and made it vertical, and I really like that framing, not gonna lie. And I don't like this vent, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a spot removal. Yeah, so this was the final image from the first set.
So we've switched setups. I'm gonna take this piece of Luna hair off the... I'm still shooting horizontal because I realized that I've been shooting far too many vertical photos when it doesn't necessarily call for it, and I really love shooting horizontal, so I'm going to a little bit more for this, and then I'll take some vertical for Instagram, I suppose. I've switched lenses. We've got the 24mm f1.4 G Master on now. I've set the aperture to 1.4 because I'm really close to the lens and I really want a nice dramatic portrait of my face with the vanity behind me, so let's do it. Trying out the symmetry of the vanity. Settings are pretty much the same. I've also closed the curtain. The little bit of bright light in the corner was bothering me, so we're gonna try without it. So I just repositioned the camera a little bit. I just tried something. I brought one leg up and like crouched into it and I thought it looked cute, so I backed the camera up a little bit. A lot about being in your bedroom and taking your clothes off to go to sleep and getting ready and not wearing a ton of makeup. Being yourself in your own space is very vulnerable. Bringing someone into your bedroom is a very intimate place, obviously. Doing a bit of a vulnerable pose lends to that. I'm trying some poses that are a little more out there. I'm trying to use the angles of like my knees and my legs and like pulling at my side and reaching over the top of my body, kind of mimicking like stretches you would do in the morning. Yeah, and I rolled my shirt up to give myself a little more shape. I don't have a super fancy wardrobe, and I don't think you need to have really, really nice, expensive clothing to take a great shoot. Pay attention to the clothing that you're choosing and work with it and play around with it. You can consider all of those things when you're either posing yourself or if you're directing someone else to pose a certain way for your photograph.
So we're back in Lightroom, and here are some of the photos that we just took from that session, this one being one of my favorites. I love the symmetry. I love how clean and white it is. For this edit, I used the bedroom preset, and if you guys want to see the before and after, you can see that green cast really coming in from my windows. So even just applying that preset off the bat, as you can see, it's a little bit warmer already. All you want to do when you get your preset in is, first thing, adjust the white balance and adjust the exposure, and you'll find that that creates a more accurate look to what the preset is supposed to be doing. So sometimes you'll just, as you're scanning over some of these presets, they look a bit crazy, but changing the exposure really brings it back to what it's supposed to look like. Of course, when it comes to the subject, I'll do, just within Lightroom, I mean, we're not going to go into Photoshop today, I'll do a little bit of skin softening just to smooth out any imperfections or fine lines or anything like that. Get some nice porcelain skin going on. Sometimes I'll go over my lips, sometimes I won't. Obviously, this looks really intense right now, but I just do that to kind of see what I'm doing, and then I back off the clarity. And now that looks good to me. Then my eyes are actually quite bright already, but in other portraits I would go in and use the Iris Enhance brush and just go over the whites of my eyes. That looks really intense, so we're gonna back that off a lot. In other images you may feel like you want to make these a lot brighter. But in this one, my eyes are already really bright and very green already. So we don't need to do too much. I like how this looks. Sometimes I go in and I'll add some texture to my hair, and I'll actually bring up the exposure a little bit to lighten the roots because it's winter and I'm not outside, so my hair is getting dark in certain areas, which I don't like. So just to make the parts that are in the shadow a little more visible, I'll just go over them with a custom brush. This is one of the final images. This is another one I love. I really like the pose, that when I was talking about looking vulnerable, this is what I meant. It was just something I tried, but it was kind of a happy accident. Just try different things. You never know what's actually going to pan out. Here are some of the other ones that I loved. Just started to have fun with the poses. Well, this particular pose was really outside of my comfort zone. So again, if I applied the bedroom preset, you can see that gets us almost all the way there right away. So that's before and after applying the preset. Me knowing this is me doing that pose, I think I look strange, but I don't. I think it's actually quite unique, and yeah, it's like a morning stretch. I like it. I like it a lot.
We are now shooting in this corner behind me because if I lean against the window, I have a really nice hair light. I just really like the guitars. It's a simple corner using the straight lines of the column and the blue windows of the building behind us. This will be the last location of the shoot. I'm gonna keep this outfit on because I think it's very cozy. It's kind of like waking up in the morning and looking out the window and stretching and just like feeling cozy in the bedroom. That's the vibe we're going for. Still got the 24mm on. I had a feeling I was gonna end up moving to this, but I'm glad I did shoot with the 16 for a little bit.
Here are my images that I took by the window. Here's one pose, here's another one, and then let me just reset this so you guys can see. So this is the image by itself, and I really like my expression here. It looks very natural, I look comfortable. So I'll apply the bedroom preset, and as you can see, initially you might think that looks kind of crappy, but once you bring up the exposure, that looks a lot better. So again, the two things that you should adjust when you bring in a preset are the white balance and the exposure. Because once I do that, I mean, that could be a final image for me. I think that looks great, but I know that this rug is really colorful, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of tweaking. I'm going to bring up the exposure on this rug so we can see the color of it. It has this really great, like pinky, reddy color and this almost flower pattern to it. So I want to be able to see that, because that's one of the reasons I love this rug. So you could go in and you could add a bit more light coming from the window if you want. Adds to that hair light I'm getting. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. Same thing. Here's another one of the images with the bedroom preset applied. Same thing, looks quite dark, but once you bring up the exposure, there you go. So I think this would look best. You could even make it a little more blue if you're looking for kind of an iced out white look, but I wanted it to look a little bit warmer. This preset would be best in a white room, a nice bright setting. But again, it's a very classic look.
I'm Lizzie from the future, and if you don't mind, it would be cool if I could just take of your time to talk about the sponsor of today's video. Thank you so much, Storyblocks, for sponsoring today's video, because it's what allows me to continue making videos consistently on my channel for you guys. One big constraint that we're all facing right now is the fact that we can't leave our houses. Any creative concept we come up with right now, we're limited to what we can do in our homes. And there's lots of ideas you can do inside your house. There's lots of creative options, don't get me wrong. But it does help to have a resource that can help you make the thing that you want to make. In my case, during social distancing, before social distancing, I've been using Storyblocks a ton in my productions. And it's because sometimes I can't get a particular shot I need, and that might be because I physically can't go to the place where I can take the shot. I might legally not be able to take the shot, like flying a drone, for example, over a certain city, or it may be too expensive for me to get that type of shot, or I may not have the gear I need for that type of shot. And that's where Storyblocks comes into play. So they not only offer stock video clips, but they also offer stock photography, motion graphics templates, After Effects templates, sound effects, music, you name it. The main reason that I reach to stock footage is for drone clips. I go onto Storyblocks, I look up a little bit of drone footage of Las Vegas, and that way I'm not missing the establishing shot of the location I'm in. And for you YouTubers out there, Storyblocks content is royalty free, so you can use this on your corporate projects, or you can use this on your personal projects or your YouTube channel, for example. If you want to stay on budget and you want to expand on what you can only shoot in your home right now, then definitely check out Storyblocks. The link is in the description box below. And now back to past Lizzie. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. Maybe it's about framing your photos, maybe it's about lenses or posing techniques. Whatever it is you like best, please let me know in the comments below, or if there's something you'd like me to expand more on. I can definitely do that in the future video. There's still some nooks and crannies of this bedroom that I could explore. Don't underestimate the space that you're in and think, oh, I can't shoot here. It's just my house, it doesn't look good. Even if it's just your couch, you can absolutely take an interesting portrait on your couch. We got Luna here. She's coming. She wants to be in it. Want to say bye to everybody? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like down below. Subscribe if you're not already, and hit the bell to get notified when I post new videos. Thank you so much. I'd love to do more of these, so I hope you liked it. See you, bye.